Oh my. Am I actually recording? This is my proof copy. This is so, I can't. I'm in shock. Oh my. So I bought this course in 2022 and I still use it today. So real quickly, what is Publish and Thrive? Publish and Thrive is a self-paced course dedicated to help indie authors find success in their career. But what is more important is what Publish and Thrive is not. Publish and Thrive is not a writing course at all. So if you are looking for writing advice or how to write your first book, how to write your novel, you will not find that in Publish and Thrive. Publish and Thrive specifically focuses on the ins and outs of publishing once your book is written, what to do, how to market it, how to set up everything, and let's get into it. So let's just talk about price first, because that's what you want to know first, right? So upfront, Publish and Thrive is $499 US. And there are 2 payment plans, I guess technically 3. So number 1, you can pay in full, it's $499. Number 2, you can pay $90 a month for 6 months, which comes to the total being $540, so a little bit more expensive. Or you can pay $45 a month for 12 months, which also comes to $540, which is what I opted for back in 2022 because it was more budget friendly. But if you have the funds, paying in full makes sense because it's the least expensive. Okay, so we're gonna get into the pros and the cons because there are some, and this is an honest review, but also just what does it cover? What does Publish and Thrive cover? So Publish and Thrive has 6 modules and there's no shortage of content. So real quickly, I'm just gonna read this for you from my handy notes here. But module 1 is Foundation for Success. And Sarah talks a little bit about having a successful mindset, what to know about the algorithms and how different vendors work. Generally, she sets you up for success on how to figure out what your publishing strategy was. But even before module 1, there's a pre-module workbook that you can get that helps you define really clearly what your author career is and how to get to it so that you don't stray and get shiny object syndrome and all this stuff. So that is available in the course at no additional cost. Module 2, I would consider the very step-by-step what to do publishing for vendors. So what this means is how do you get your book on Amazon? Should you do Kindle Unlimited or should you go to all the other vendors and not do Kindle Unlimited? How do you get your book on Apple Books, Kobo? How do you get your book in libraries? If you wanted to, how do you get your book in bookstores? Stuff like that, it covers. Module 3 is the business of writing. So this covers a lot about budgeting, finances, return on investment, how to register your business. And I have cons specifically for this module, so keep watching and we'll get into that. Module 4, Intro to Indie Marketing. This is my favorite. Sarah gives you a million different marketing strategies on how to market your book and how to get it in the hands of your ideal readers. And they're very practical things that you can do from home. You don't need anything fancy. And module 5 is marketing tools and strategies. So how I view it as module 4 is the basics 101 of marketing. And if you do that consistently, you'll be pretty solid. But then module 5 is hey, if you want to add any extra sauce onto marketing your book, here's even more stuff. And module 6 was Thriving as an Author, which honestly, this one was a good watch. I recommend even watching it first because she covers things that are kind of inevitable as you continue to grow in your author career, like dealing with criticism, dealing with burnout, dealing with low motivation. And then there's just a whole bunch of good mind stuff in there, but it's less step-by-step stuff. So I want to just give you a quick video walkthrough so that you can see just how generous this Publish and Thrive course is with the amount of content that you get. Here's just a brief glance at the curriculum. So when you get started, when you first log on, there's this Your Ideal Writing Life pre-course assignment, which actually, now that I think about it, I'm going to share that in a different video. And then you have module 1, Foundation of Success. Again, so many things. This is just if you're not familiar to self-publishing at all, this is what I found so valuable. Module 2, publishing your books. So this is any different vendor that you can publish in, what numbers, what things you need to be aware of. And there's even more. Module 3 is the business of writing. So structuring your business, taxes and bank accounts, budgets, tracking sales and income, return on investment, estate planning, things that I honestly hadn't thought about. Module 4, intro to indie marketing. This is what most people always want to skip to, but there's a reason why it is near the end, okay? Definitely go to the first modules first. And then we have module 5, marketing tools and strategies. Oh, and we have module 6, thriving as an author. So there's Sarah's very generous in her content. This is not you are not going to feel ripped off. You are not going to feel scammed if you decide to buy this course. And as I was just looking at her page for this course, I actually came across course bonuses, which I wasn't aware of. So course bonuses is new to Publish and Thrive, but if you're an alumni like myself, you can still access these. So this is actually really exciting. So one of them is an index. This is a quick reference document that is maintained and updated with all current best practices, because it's a lot of work to update a full course all the time, right? So that's really exciting. But what I found super excited was mastermind groups, because one of my cons was there was just limited interaction between the people that joined this group and the type of people that join Publish and Thrive. You already know they have a high work ethic. You already know they put money into this, so they're going to put effort into this, and it just is awesome to surround yourself with people like that. So she's offering mastermind matching and facilitation bonus this round. So for interested students, she'll match you with a mastermind group and help get us started. So I believe there is no extra cost to this, so I am definitely going to take advantage of this. You may see me in one of the mastermind groups, but that is so exciting. All right, team, we are going to talk about the cons, because they do exist, and this wouldn't be an honest review if I just showed sunshine and rainbows. So here we go. My very first con, and I know this is based on where I live, is that this course is very American-centric. But this makes sense, right? Sarra Cannon herself is American. She's published all her books from the United States, so she is teaching what she knows. But for someone like me who published my book from Canada, some of the information in the business and marketing module didn't apply. Some of it did, like a lot of the budgeting stuff, no matter what country you're in, it can apply. But fun little things like ISBNs, for example. If you live in the United States, you have to pay just a ridiculous amount for that little number on the back of your book. If you live in Canada, we get those for free, unlimited. So that's not that's not a critique. I think she even says us Americans are jealous of you Canadians in the course, but just things like that. If you're wondering how to properly register your business, what to do and what not to do, the Canadian advice is going to be different than the American advice. And so that was a con for me personally, but I wouldn't discredit any Canadian from buying the course, if that makes sense. Another con, which is not really a con, it's more what is your biggest weakness during a job interview? And you're like, oh, I'm just too cautious and too perfect. So here's that example, is that the amount of marketing strategies that Sarah shares in this course can be very overwhelming, and you might feel like you have to do all of them or you won't succeed. Or if you don't do all of them, you might feel like you're leaving money on the table kind of thing. You don't have to. You can pick and choose. Again, it's lots of info, but it can be very overwhelming. And then another con is the Facebook group. It's not the group itself. The group itself is really great. But a con, in my opinion, is that people are slowly starting to gravitate away from Facebook. And I don't think you're going to make a Facebook account if you don't already use Facebook just to join this group. And this group is really kind of the only interaction you get to have with other students on a consistent basis. So the group is really good itself, because I've gotten recommendations of editors from that group before. If I just had a question or if I was struggling with something, you can easily put a post on that group, and that group itself is very supportive. But I would like to see in the future, maybe not Facebook based, but maybe move to a different platform that's not on Facebook. And the final con I have for you is that I would have liked to see more of a coaching aspect of the live calls. So just to break it down, so Publish and Thrive, the reason it kind of releases on a schedule is because for each module, there's like a live weekly Q&A, which is really awesome. So you can submit your written questions related to that module, and then you can watch Sarra answer your questions live each week and answer other people's questions live each week. And she really does go through all the questions. I remember asking questions and my questions were always answered, but it's not like you'll be seeing everyone's faces and voices. It's Sarra on a live stream answering questions. It's valuable, but I think it would have been really cool to see people like speak out loud and Sarra respond to them speaking. So there's that. Like, it wasn't a con, but I think it could have been better. Okay, that's all I have for cons. Let's get into the pros. So I'm really glad that she offered a reasonable payment plan that didn't make it seem like a scary purchase. I'm not a fan of when payment plans are offered, the total price goes up, but I understand why creators do that in case people like default on their payment and things like that, and it's not a super outrageous jump. Like, it's not like an extra $300 if you do the payment plan, it's an extra $40, right? So I'm glad there's a payment plan. I'm glad it exists. Another pro is lifetime access. I've taken a lot of courses and they expire within 1 year of me taking them, and I'm a bit of a procrastinator. Maybe I don't want to take it all at once, or maybe it's not relevant. Publish and Thrive is lifetime access. I still go back to it to this day if I have a specific question. And also I can be joining you in like the live Q&As. I can sit and watch those this round, and I'm really curious to see like what new authors, what questions they have to come up. It's just nice to listen to that and be in that space. Another pro is the weekly live Q&As. So I talked about that a little bit. I would have liked to see more coaching, but without that feedback, it's really awesome to see Sarra. Like, she's very passionate about what she teaches. It's not a scam. She knows her stuff. She will stay on the live for 2 hours straight each week and answer all the questions as they're related to the module. And it's so valuable, because how often do you get access to someone that knows what they're doing and is like a proof of their success? So overall, that is a definite pro. Another pro of any online course that I've ever taken, that I've ever found valuable, is just the education alone. I have a full-time career that I'm very proud of, but I'm also trying to build an author career on the side. And so, to be honest with you, I look at Publish and Thrive as like my honorary indie author degree. And $500 for an indie author degree, like, come on, that's a bargain. Like, my actual degree costs way more than that. So education, if it is relevant to your life and to your goals, and you know you want to be a successful indie published author, long term, at the end of the day, like, I plan on at least exploring this parallel career path for at least 5 years. So that $500 over 5 years, 100% worth it to me. Another pro, and this is just like me making assumptions, but I get the impression that Sarra and her team are really dedicated to continuing to improve Publish and Thrive. Like, it's not like they just launched this course in 2019 and never edited it, never addressed any changes in the publishing industry, and just like kept it up there online for people to buy. No, I strongly believe that's why she launches 1 to 2 times a year, because each year she can set a dedicated period of time to go through the course, refine it, keep up in trends, and, you know, like, update that index that she's talking about, answer the live questions, because the landscape is always training. So it's really nice to know that the instructor that created this course is someone that cares and someone that walks the walk. And I think a point that I want to leave you on is that, yes, this information is all out there somewhere in the internet, likely for free, right? But it's like all over the place. You have to gather it. You have to like pick the berries. Let's call each article a berry. You have to put it in your own Google Doc. You have to consolidate it. You have to know, like, you feel kind of isolated. You have to know when to seek out each resource. And if that's you, like, that is awesome. But what I really like about Publish and Thrive is that all the info is in one place. And so if I have a question, I know I can just log into that course, or now look at that index and get my question answered. Like, when I published Connecting Flights, it's here. When I published this, I just put it on Amazon first because that was the easiest. But now I'm thinking, okay, I want to put it on Apple Books. I don't really know much about that or about privacy concerns or anything like that, but I know that info is in Publish and Thrive. So when I'm ready to put this book on Apple Books, I'm going into the Publish and Thrive course because I know that info is there. So if this video has convinced you either way to not pursue Publish and Thrive or to pursue Publish and Thrive, I'd love to hear in the comments. And if you have watched this and you are ready to take the plunge and become a published author, my affiliate link is in the description. I do receive a small commission if you use that affiliate link, but if you watch this video and you found any value whatsoever in this video, I do really appreciate you clicking on that link. Good luck with your book. Remember, you can do this, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.